What's going on, guys? Gridsquare here. Today I want to go over an awesome Colossus build that I've worked out, and I haven't seen anybody else use this yet. And I wanted to make sure it's shared because I think this is something that's been overlooked. It really should be explored for GM2 and 3 possibly. The main Colossus build I normally see is people running a flamethrower and the lightning coil, which shoots the lightning bolts in front of you and detonates the combo. Honestly, 9 out of 10 Colossus I see are running that. And that works good. That's how I was running it first. It's decent for solo play. It works okay in groups. But when you're starting to get up into GM2 and higher, you need to focus more on setting up stuff for your higher DPS classes. As a Colossus, we're not doing tons of damage. You could do some pretty decent combos, but you're not breaking, million DPS, hits and stuff. Your job is to sort of CC, take aggro, and set up the combos for your DPS classes like your Storms and your Javelin, or your Rangers. So the way you do this, the way this build works is this is a triple primer build. Alright? And with that, you can do an endless set of combos with the way this build is set up. I've tested this many times. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay footage to show what I'm talking about. But the key to this entire build, this will not work without the most important piece is the voltaic dome. And this is a shot coil, Masterwork shot coil. And if you can just read the tooltip of what it does, of course it's going to shock enemies, but they are also frozen once hit. That's super important. So what this does, this puts 2 debuffs on the enemy. And then you, of course, can combo with that. And because you've got a flamethrower equipped for your third, you're going to just use your melee. So that's very important. If you're not one of those Colossuses that use your melee ability, you're going to want to start learning. So the way this works, you walk up to enemies, you just hold your A, whatever button you have this one set to, hold that down for a second. All you need is one charge to go off, one tick, and it's going to freeze everything, put the debuff, hit your melee. It's going to ignite the combo. Then you swap over to your flamethrower, whichever one you have equipped. I've got the Masterwork Fist of the Crucible, but honestly, any one of these, anyone's going to work. Put the debuffs on, combo, flamethrower, which will put the flame debuff on it, ignite that combo, and then start the process over again. Now, in case you didn't realize, they tell you in the tooltip, but people seem to mess this up. You cannot have the flame debuff and the ice debuff on the same thing. It's an elemental opposite here. You can't do it. I've tried it. I thought I could put all 3 on at the same time, but they cancel each other out. If I've got an enemy frozen and I put the flamethrower on him, it's going to put the flame on him and unfreeze him, and then vice versa. If I walk up and put flamethrower on a bunch of mobs and then I try to freeze them, it will swap the debuff. So you can't actually put 3 debuffs at the same time on. But what this is, it is still, I'm going to call this a triple debuff build because you're rotating between 3 debuffs, and it's an infinite cycle. You can literally keep doing this on and on and on, and it's amazing. And if you've got 2 good Storms or the Rangers that have outstanding one-shot builds, this sets them up for insane damage. So like I said, this is not really a solo build. This is a group farming, if you're going to do like GM 1 or 2 free play stuff, and definitely works on the strongholds. This is such a good support build. You're going to make a lot of friends running this because you're going to be unstoppable, and it's really hard to die. It is very hard to get killed with this build because you're so, and of course for your components, whatever Masterworks you can get. I have mine kind of set up for melee centric to where, wherever I land and whatnot, it detonates, impacts, because that's what it is, because I have no detonating skills anymore. Because I went with the all debuff, or excuse me, because I went with all primers, I have no detonating abilities except my melee and my jump. So that's why I have it set up the way I do. But it's such a powerful build. I'm going to show you guys how this works in action, so stay tuned. Now, the decent thing is because this is GM1, it's actually really easy. And I actually can't set up the combos infinitely because everything dies pretty quick. So honestly, GM2 is probably the best way to show this working. I just don't have any of my buddies online right now who I trust to, farm with me. Because you need to have detonating classes or double det. If you can find a Storm or a Ranger that has double det skills, that's going to set it up. So this is definitely a group synergy build. If you ever played Diablo 3, you know that you always want those support classes like the Z Monk, Z DPS warriors and stuff. That's kind of what the Colossus does here. You're sacrificing a little bit of, I guess, point blank damage to set up to just combos. You're setting up combos for the rest of your party, and that makes you super important. So let's go ahead, and loading screens are taking a little bit, and get this rocking. All right, outstanding. So we've got, what is it, 2 storms and an interceptor.
Scars and acidic weapons. That's a combination I could do without.
Last thing we need are these bastards.
So I'm also going to show you the real smart, quick way to run this map. I see a lot of people do some weird stuff when they just try to fight, and it takes a long time to do what they're doing here.
Just a normal day.
People normally will turn left and just start fighting scars. That's all well and good, but what needs to happen is one of you in your party needs to go start collecting the echoes.
Found the relic.
Scars have done something
And just makes it really simple. That way, while your guys are fighting over there.
That's bad, right? Obviously. Freelancer, you'll need to silence the relic.
So as you can see, like I said, the GM1 turret is nothing. How easy GM1 is. Whoops, we missed it. Once you get geared, you know, GM is. Oh. Over here talking smack all the time. So as a Colossus, your shield is your best friend, and for a lot of these parts, you should be flying with your shields on. While we're here. Out a little bit. So like I say, Colossus is not a damage powerhouse, but on GM1, when you've got the right weapons and stuff set up, he really is a beast. And I have the Endless Siege autocannon on, and that's why you look at my ammo count is ridiculous. 600 rounds before I have to reload. Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy. And it definitely, it melts bosses. It melts anything you point it at. Barely doing this one. You know what? I got stuck in there. I'm fucking this up.
Dropping. You're halfway there.
Am I crazy? Who's got an echo? Turn it in. Sometimes your teammates will have one and they don't even realize it. So honestly, like I said, we could have gone a little faster here, and I could have just cleared everything out.
For the glowy things.
Echoes.
Right. Those.
reason, these guys don't ever like to catch fire. In the siege. Nothing to it. Nothing to it, boys. Colossus is, like I said, it's not the heaviest hitting thing out there, but if you play your class right, you were a goddamn tank. Basically just a walking around, you're a tanky demigod.
Silence. Good work,
You're like your fat
It
Hercules.
looked like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic.
So let's go to this
The
next
eggs were
part. I'm
filled
going to show
with
you guys
acid.
how
Could
to
be
melt
using
some
the relic
fucking
to weaponize
turrets.
it.
Let's check the second relic. Put a theory to the test.
And normally in this is the hardest part of this map. Honestly, fighting this area here with the turrets,
This one's a lot more crowded.
this is going to be the hardest area.
I'll pat myself on the back after I dealt with
This
the
combo
scars.
build makes it tricky. It really does. I'll show you how fast we're going to melt these turrets. And honestly, once the turrets are taken care of, it's just game on. Melt it, son. And of course, to cheat it up a little bit, if you're about to die, that's where you save your ultimate. Really? We froze them. Alright. There we go. See? Infinite combo. They live long enough to survive it. You can just keep doing that. Just on and on and on.
Scars and bone.
Want to catch on fire. Come on. I want to play ball. So as you can see, I'm not anywhere close to dying. You know, I haven't been, besides the turret thing there, which that's sort of a kamikaze move anyway. And you save your ult, honestly, just for being close to death. Because there's no reason to really use it on the mobs are too easy. And like I said, as a Colossus, your job is to set the mobs up for your teammates, and they'll just annihilate them. Alright.
Relic silenced. I think
Master
we're...
word.
What was
This
that?
next
It
part
came
up.
from below.
Of course it did.
Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's producing
The
the
next
eggs.
part, I mean, and
Feel
like I
your
said, guys,
source.
this is it.
Scars will come back and
If
keep making
you've got this
weapons.
far,
They
that
find
was
their
the
way
hardest part of the
underground.
map.
Already
That
done.
last area with those turrets. the hardest part of this mission by far. Everything else is trivial. And if anything, you're just kind of waiting around a little bit. I mean, the next part of the map's really easy. You're just having to wait around and let's get to it.
There. That door should lead underground.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out? Did you just yell?
The big bad Corvus agent's not a
Now,
fan of
honestly, people will
scorpions.
be like, "Oh, why are you fucking with these scorpions?" I've had Masterworks drop off of these guys several times, more than one occasion. Killing these guys has dropped Masterworks for me. So, they say it doesn't take that much more time to do it, and for a chance to loot, you know,
Don't worry,
it's
Sam.
worth it.
I'll up and get you.
But like I said, your teammates are running ahead. They obviously don't do it the same way. Damn. Normally, if you're running with your buddies, you know, communication really helps there. Like I said, I enjoy killing an extra. It takes an extra 60 seconds to clear those mobs out. And if 60 extra seconds for a chance at a piece of gear, to me it's worth it.
Another relic.
You know, especially on GM1, you know, you're averaging 1 to 2 Masterworks a drop, which is about a lot of what I see.
What do we do now?
Gather the fragments.
But I've had maps. I've done this where I've got no Masterworks out of it. The game is kind of funny. This area here, it's just simple. If everybody works together, it's one of those things where you want your fastest class, honestly, to go grab them. So if you got an interceptor, that's who I'd recommend sending to get your last 2. You know, if everybody grabs one at the first part, you know, you got 4 out of 6 done, and then just have your interceptor run over there and get things really easy.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to blow.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Now just for shits and gigs, I just like to
More scars, I know.
These look extra powerful.
Faye, door's still closed and there's nodes everywhere.
Give it a minute. It should work itself out.
Should?
Energy readings are stabilizing.
Alright,
Albeit
this next
slowly.
part-
Just stay in the center. Any interference will cause the energy to spike again.
Oh, really? This next part, stupid easy, and this is all just the waiting game. And I really wish I had an assault rifle or a shotgun. So basically, all this is one of you just needs to stay back here and shoot these lightning clouds because they cause everybody to overheat. Let's see, yeah, these guys.
Freelancer, stay on the platform.
Stupid easy. Put their flamethrower out there to have a little variety. So with the build I have set up, and it all depends on your gear, but some of my components allow me that when I jump and I land, that's an extra detonator. So it's sort of like 2 detonations in one, the way I'm finding this out. So I know it looks, and it sounds stupid, but you'll actually do more damage if you jump and melee versus just a regular combo. Now the good thing is you can still have the shock, so you can still do a double debuff. While these guys are electrocuted and frozen, I can go ahead and give them the flamethrower. And the combos still roll in. It's 2. On GM1, this is just a joke. It really is, guys. This is just nothing to this mode. Oh, next word? Nothing. In my opinion, in Grandmaster difficulty, you should, purple should be the lowest quality thing that drops. But it is what it is. And now we get to the easiest thing in the entire game to kill. Luckily, I've got the 2 storms, so we should melt her very quickly. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos about the storms that are doing, you know, 1,000,000 damage shots with stacks and crystals. I mean, I can't tell you the exact weapons and whatnot they're using, but it's pretty insane. The heavy pistols and the damage that these classes do. And I'm kind of jealous. Like, as a Colossus, I wish I could do that kind of DPS, but you know, they're also very swift. Alright, there you go. That's a good example. You can see the shock debuff, the electric debuff was still on there, and I can apply the flame. So you can still detonate 2 combos twice if you do your rotation quick enough.
Remember?
So once you get it down, guys, the playstyle is so easy. This is such an easy playstyle to manipulate. And once you get decent at it, it is you're gonna be one of the best Colossus that people play with, and you're gonna make a lot of friends with this. You're gonna be taking a lot of aggro, and you're gonna survive. And a lot of times on GM2 difficulties, that's when you're really gonna see it. When you get to GM2, you're gonna see how hard shit really is. And these classes that they're glass cannons, like storms and whatnot, they do great DPS, but they will get 2-shotted by anything. Especially if you fight a Titan on free play, they're gonna get melted. Your storms are just gonna melt. You're going to be the guy that's going to run around and pick everybody up. And thankfully now with the patch, you can revive people with your shield on, and that's a lifesaver. Teammates need to be cleaning up the edge at this point. And your job is to be at this choke point. Just do that instant combo over and over. Flamethrower, detonate. Right in the titty. And yeah, she's going down. to work out. That's it, guys. That's how easy it is. Like I said, God Mode Colossus build, I recommend it. Makes GM1 is completely trivial. It is absolutely a joke. Like I said, no, I have no augments on, no consumables, and at no point in this was I struggling with the group. And this is with the Compug, no communication whatsoever. It's that easy. I recommend you guys check it out. I'm Gridsquare. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope if you have any questions, comments, hit that subscribe button, like or dislike, whatever. And if you want, check me out. I stream all the time, so check me out on Twitch. The link is down below.